Herman looked like he'd just been told the Wicked Witch of the West was actually an Avon lady. "Hey, you guys," he whined. "Get Gecko!" I decided not to wait around until the big lug figured out he could mop up the floor with me all by himself. "It's so hard to say goodbye," I said, "so let's just say hasta la pasta." I slipped between Rocky and Eric and hot-footed it for the cafeteria. They say discretion is the better part of valor. It's also better than a trip to the nurse's office. After a while, I slowed to a brisk walk. Too much exercise can scramble the brains. And the only thing I like scrambled is my eggs and termites a la Chet. At the lunch counter, Mrs. Bagoong heaped my tray with scorpion stir-fry and lice foo young. Wednesday is Asian Food Day at Emerson Hickey Cafeteria. I scoped out the scene, boring with a capital B. But I knew someone who might have a new mystery to crack. Like at most lunchtimes, I parked my carcass beside my fine feathered partner, Natalie Attired. She was a whiz with puzzles and clues. Around school, her smart mouth had earned her a reputation as a black belt in tung fu. Just the kind of dame you want working your side of the street. We share a passion for mysteries, but I don't share her passion for worms. Natalie's pretty sharp for a mockingbird. Heck, pretty sharp for any kind of critter. "Hey, Chet," she said, "what's an Eskimo's favorite food?" She looked at me wide-eyed. "Iceberg-ers. Get it?" Well, maybe not that sharp. I sighed. She cackled and pecked at her stir-fry. "So what's the tale, Nightingale? Any fresh mysteries to solve?" I sighed again. "I was about to ask you. The mysteries in this school are about as fresh as Herman's armpits." "That bad?" asked Natalie. "Well, maybe not as stinky," I said. We munched in silence for a while. If the detective biz got any slower, I'd have to mow lawns for candy money, and Chet Gecko is no lawnmower. "Hey," said Natalie, "I know. That kid Popper is missing from school. Maybe she's been kidnapped." I picked a scorpion stinger out of my stir-fry. "Nope, home with the chickenpox." I checked. Natalie pointed toward the lunch counter where a huge possum in sunglasses was loading up his tray. "What about him? That guy looks mighty suspicious." I glanced over. "I think he's the new librarian. Stop trying to cheer me up." Natalie shrugged. "Suit yourself, senor." I scanned the lunchroom. Nothing but food and foolishness. Bo Newt was giving an atomic wedgie to some kid in the corner. Another classmate, Waldo the Furball, was stupefying 3 second graders with his magic tricks. I looked the other way. 2 mice practiced their karate moves on a tabletop. No mysteries there. In fact, nothing shaken but the jello on the trays. "I just wish something would happen," I said. "Anything. I'm so bored I'm baiting 6th graders for fun." I didn't know it, but before another day passed, I'd have to eat my words, and they wouldn't be as tasty as the doodlebug pudding. But then, not much is. 2. Trouble is my beeswax. After lunch, I dragged my tail out onto the playground. Natalie followed. A pack of rats played King of the Hill on a jungle gym. One of them shoved his last rival aside and stood alone on the top. "Rat King. Now there's a great job," I said. "Looks like it's livelier than detective work." Natalie practiced ignoring me. A knot of kids had gathered near a broad oak tree. We walked closer. Over a ring of shoulders, I glimpsed their entertainment. A bully circling his prey. No mystery there, either. Just the everyday law of the playground jungle. From what I could see, the bully was a beefy muskrat named Fredo. This 5th grade Attila the Hun could squeeze lunch money from a victim quicker than foul wind from a hop-toad's hiney. I figured his victim was a goner. But by the time we arrived, the group was breaking up. Fredo grinned at his prey, a skinny stoat, or weasel, I can't tell them apart. "Gee, thanks," said Fredo. He patted the little guy's shoulder and trundled off. The weasel, or stoat, smoothed his whiskers and strolled the opposite way. He looked familiar. "Isn't that the new kid in your class?" Natalie asked. "Sammy something?" "Oh yeah, that's him." It made sense. New kids were usually bully bait, but this one seemed to have something on the ball. He eased across the grass like syrup on a pancake, with a cut in his strut and a glide in his stride. I wished I felt half as chipper. Natalie and I flopped down under the scrofulus tree, my favorite thinking spot. She cleaned her feathers while I thought long thoughts, mostly about how to buy my afternoon snack. My wallet was as empty as a newborn kitten's threat. My eyes hadn't been closed for more than 3 seconds when I heard a small sound like a seasick gopher. "Him." Eyes shut, I said, "I didn't know mockingbirds got hairballs." The sound repeated itself. "Him." I looked up. There she stood, a thick slab of nothing special, a plump guinea pig in a pearly pink sweater. Her eyes glistened like big brown